Well, it's you guys again. Hi, I am Willie, and you are? So, this is really cool guitar. The longer I've been doing this, the more I'm starting to understand the fact that these guitars are collectibles, and some people hate that it's a collectible thing. I was at a mid-century antique and furniture show at the fairgrounds this weekend here in St. Paul, and I noticed a few vases that were between $30,000 and $50,000. Now, we all know you can find something a little bit cheaper than $30,000 to hold your flowers, but people do pay it because they're rare. And Fabergé eggs, there's 57 of them. They still go for millions each, and they know where they all are. These guitars are maturing and starting to turn into that. And in some way it's sad, and in other ways it is a natural progression when the electric guitar, which changed the world. I mean, when they just changed the world. The electric guitar changed the world. It's a $1 billion export, both in music, bands, picture Elvis or the Beatles with accordions. No, it's not going to happen. This is one of Gibson's top of the line guitars. This is a solid body guitar, and they started out with the gold top. As you guys know, Fender was before them, and they thought, all right, let's do a solid body. But they wanted to do it with class. They were making finer instruments, they felt, than those bolt-on things that Fender was making. And so they always did it, you know, being a company that made like cello instruments, basically. They wanted to do it with flash, and the Gibson Les Paul Custom, when it came out in 1954, the same year that the Strat came out, the same year that the Guild Aristocrat came out, that hollow body guitar, and the same thing. 54 was a year that almost all the manufacturers had to stand up and go, yeah, me too. I got an electric guitar right over here. And it caught on like wildfire, and guys were making money playing solid body guitars. They were lighter, they didn't feed back, they could amplify to big audiences. These were money makers. That's why you bought them. You didn't buy them back then because you thought they'd go up in value, but Gibson's always held their value. Now these customs, a 50s Les Paul is iconic. And the customs when they came out really is a jazz guitar. That's what they were thinking. This was the serious guitar for the serious musician. And by that, gold hardware. These two pickups, and I'll get into that in a second, but this kind of two worlds of pickups and sound. It was Seth Lover that designed the humbucking pickup later, that designed this Alnico P90 with the square magnets, and they have a totally different sound. And they didn't make many, they didn't sell many of these because they were really expensive in the day. I believe these came out, they were $245. You multiply that by like 8 in today's money, and they were expensive. So the early Les Pauls, though, the first ones before they had humbucking pickups, like this is a 69 Les Paul Custom with humbuckings, that's a maple top mahogany back, just like the Les Pauls we all know and love, but this is all mahogany. One sheet of mahogany. Makes them generally a little lighter and makes them a little fuller bodied. That's what makes these unique. It is ebony board, which is different than the standard. And then you have a P90 pickup, which we all know, and these clean up. I'm going through a Car Bel-Ray, our favorite amp. You'll see a lot of videos of the Car Bel-Ray because they have a really good Vox Marshall British type sound. And of course, if you dime the bridge pickup to 10, now this is a different magnetic structure in this pickup. It is more cobalt in it, and it makes it a softer pickup. I like to call these velvet hammers. I'm turned it down to about where the other pickup was when I first played it. Here's the P90. Here's the velvet hammer, the staple pickup. Through a clean amp, this has really got a lot of low end bass. It's just a fantastic pickup, and it's kind of unusual too because it has so much output. It'll flood the amplifier. You almost have to bring it back. A little more bass. It was bassy for jazz. Here it is, this pickup on 10. P90 on 10. Combined. It's really a distinctive guitar. It's unlike anything else on the marketplace. Now, speaking of on the marketplace, this is a really clean example. And there is no buckle wear. There is no finish checking. This is an excellent example. In the world of collectibles, cleanliness is next to godliness because that's just so rare. You just don't see many people that bought these and didn't use them. And this is such a clean example. I would argue this guitar that I have in my hands, this 1956 Les Paul Custom, is the cleanest one in the marketplace. And I encourage you to look and even look at past sales. This is the cleanest one we've seen ever. Really, ever. And it just makes such an outstanding buy. And I know a guitar like this reaches about 2% of the audience here. It's just a great piece of history for us all to see. And not everyone can afford it. But at this price, go look it up on the website. At this price, this is a really solid sender, you might say. These have these smaller frets. People fret about these smaller frets, but guys made a living on these smaller frets. You could replace the frets with a slightly taller frets. It would be dumb to put a jumbo fret on this. They are function as a pickup, as frets. I love this guitar. So I wanted to share this with you. It's been on our website for a little bit, but what I want to say is how clean it is. Look at the yellowed binding, how the lacquer is yellowed over these last 68 years. The condition, look online. There's no real buckle wear. It has some wear. It was played a bit, but it is in remarkable condition, and that generally makes it a remarkable investment. And as we compare to other collectibles, stamps, vases, vases, and cars or comic books. What do you do with a $20,000 comic book? This is really an excellent kind of thing that you can take home, play at home, and watch the investment grow. As long as I've been doing this, I remember buying my first one of these for $400 back when I was a young man just out of high school. I remember selling one at Willie's for $1,200. I mean, these have really gone up. They seem crazy today, but that train keeps moving, and it's going to continue to rise in value. If the past is anything like the future on all of these guitars. They are icons. And so there we go. I just want to show you. And one thing I'm going to say, these customs had black cases. The standards had brown cases. The customs had the pebbled black case. That was the upgraded case for these models always. So brown case for the standards, brown case as an option for the specials and the juniors. But when you got the custom, you got the deluxe black case with that interior. This comes with its original strap. It comes with a set of strings from the time period. It comes with some holy mojo. And I was kind of anxious to share it with you today, so that's what I've just done. Take a good look at it online. It's just a cool piece of American history. There is barely 100 of these with this pickup setup that shipped, and it's worth your time to take a look and enjoy American history through the lens of a solid body guitar. That was good.